Hello friends, I am from Biology faculty of QLS Academy. Today we are going to learn about improvement in food resources. I am sure you will enjoy today's learning. Let's start with our lesson. Now students, can you live without food? क्या आप बिना खाना खाए रह सकते हैं? शायद कुछ घंटों के लिए आप बिना फूड के रह सकते हैं. But for days we cannot survive without food. The same applies for other animals also. Even animals require food to survive. Food is essential for all living organisms to live. We depend on both plants as well as animals for food. Now, why do we need food? Food is one of the basic requirements of life. They provide us with nutrients like carbohydrates, protein, fats, vitamins, minerals, etc. We already know that India is agricultural based country. हम इंडिया को किसानों का देश कहते हैं. The increase in population has created much demand for food. Now, to feed the growing population, Green Revolution was started to make India self-sufficient in crop production for large growing population. Similarly, White Revolution was started to increase availability of milk. Before we go any further, we need to know the type of crop seasons in India. Based on the climatic conditions required for growth, crops are categorized into three types, namely Kharif crops, Rabi crops and Zaid crops. Kharif crops are grown in the rainy season which extends from June to October. Kharif crops include paddy, soybean, maize, cotton, green gram and black gram. Rabi crops are grown in the winter season which extends from November to April. Rabi crops include wheat, gram, peas and linseed. Zaid crops, they are grown from March to June. Zaid crop includes muskmelon, watermelon and vegetables of cucurbitaceae family, that is like cucumber. In India, the production of food grain increased 4 times from 1960 to 2000. This increase in food production was due to first, crop variety improvement, second, crop production management and lastly, crop protection management. First, let's start with crop variety improvement. This approach depends on finding a crop variety that can give us a good yield. Yield means an amount produced of an agricultural or industrial product. Yield increases when production increases from the same amount of land in the same amount of time. Now, how can we achieve improvement in crop variety? There are a number of techniques to achieve this. Varieties or strain of crops can be selected by breeding for various useful characteristics such as disease resistance, responses to fertilizers, product quality and high yield. Now, how can we incorporate these desirable characteristics in the crop? One such method is hybridization. Remember the word hybridization. Hybridization refers to crossing between genetically dissimilar plants. Now, what is genetically dissimilar plants? Genetically dissimilar means that plants have different genes. Hybridization can be classified into 3 broad groups. Intervarietal hybridization. The parents involved in hybridization belongs to the same species. In crop improvement program, this type of hybridization is commonly used. Example, crossing of 2 varieties of wheat or other crops. Second is intraspecific hybridization. The crosses are made between the plants belonging to 2 different varieties. दो अलग-अलग varieties के plant के बीच में हम cross करवाएंगे. Third is the interspecific hybridization. The crosses are made between 2 different species of the same genus. एक ही genus के 2 different species के बीच में cross करवाएंगे. Another way of improving the crop is by introducing a gene that would provide the desired characteristics. This results in genetically modified crops. हम एक जीन लेंगे जिसके पास एक desirable character होगा, like pest resistant. वो जीन हमें जो crop का yield हमें अच्छा चाहिए उस crop के अंदर हम introduce करवा देंगे. These type of plants are known as genetically modified crops. Now, crop yield is related to factors like weather, soil fertility and availability of water. This results in genetically modified crops plants that are able to survive in a drought or even a flood. Now, why do we need crop variety improvement? Crop variety improvement brings in following advantages. फर्स्ट इज़ द इंक्रीज इन द क्रॉप यील्ड, हमें क्रॉप यील्ड अच्छी मिलेगी, ज़्यादा मिलेगी. सेकेंड इज़ इंक्रीज इन द क्वालिटी ऑफ द क्रॉप, जो क्रॉप मिलेगा उसकी क्वालिटी अच्छी होगी. थर्ड, डेवलपमेंट ऑफ बायोटिक एज वेल एज एबायोटिक रेजिस्टेंट क्रॉप्स. बायोटिक रेजिस्टेंस मीन पेस्ट रेजिस्टेंट होगा, इंसेक्ट रेजिस्टेंट होगा. एबायोटिक रेजिस्टेंट मीन्स ड्राउट रेजिस्टेंट, फ्लड रेजिस्टेंट. Fourth, development of crops with shorter maturity duration. Fifth is the development of crops with wider adaptability. Sixth is the introduction of desirable characteristics in crops. Now, second, most important, crop production improvement or management. In India, as in many other agricultural based countries, farming ranges from small to very large farms. Different farmers thus have more or less land, money and access to information and technologies. In short, it is the money or financial conditions that allow farmers to take up different farming practices and agricultural technologies. There is correlation between higher inputs and yield. Thus, the farmer's purchasing capacity for inputs decides cropping system and production practices. Crop production management or improvement therefore involves different practices carried out by farmers to get higher standards of crop production. First type of crop production management is the nutrient management. Just as we need food for development, growth and well-being, plants also require nutrients for growth. Now, how does plants get their nutrients? Plants को nutrients कहाँ से मिलता है? Nutrients are supplied to plants by air, water and soil. There are 16 nutrients which are essential for plants. Air supplies carbon and oxygen, hydrogen comes from water and soil lastly supplies the other 13 nutrients to plants. Now, nutrients can be classified into two categories, macronutrients and micronutrients. First is macronutrients. From the word macronutrients, we can conclude that macro means ज़्यादा. These are the nutrients required in larger amounts by the plant. Macronutrients include nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium and sulfur. Second is micronutrients. From the word micronutrients, micro means कम. These are the nutrients required in smaller amount by the plants. Micronutrients includes iron, manganese, boron, zinc, copper, molybdenum and chlorine. Now, deficiency of these nutrients affect physiological processes in plant including reproduction, growth and susceptibility to diseases. To increase the yield, the soil can be enriched by supplying these nutrients in the form of manure and fertilizers. Now, what are manures and fertilizers? Farmers and gardeners both want their plants to grow. Farmers and gardeners दोनों ही चाहते हैं कि उनने जो पौधे उगाए हैं वो अच्छे हो, healthy हो. First, let's talk about the difference between manures and fertilizers. Both are soil additives, that is, हम दोनों को ही soil में डालते हैं, that improves the soil quality, helping plants to grow. The main difference between the two is that manure is natural animal droppings, while fertilizer may be natural but may also have chemical and other unknown substances added to it. Manure contains large quantities of organic matter and also supplies small quantities of nutrients to the soil. Manure is prepared by the decomposition of animal excreta and plant waste. Manures help in enriching soil with nutrients and organic matter and increasing soil fertility. In using manures, we use biological waste materials, which is advantageous in protecting our environment from excessive use of fertilizers. Now, based on the kind of biological material used, manures can be classified as first, compost and vermicompost. The process in which farm waste material like livestock excreta such as cow dung, etc., vegetable waste, animal refuse, domestic waste, sewage waste, straw, eradicated weeds, etc., is decomposed in a pit. It is known as composting. Composting is also prepared by using earthworms to hasten the process of decomposition of plants and animal refuse. This is called as vermicomposting. Second type of manures are the green manures. Prior to the sowing of the crop seeds, some plants like sun hemp or guar are grown and then mulched by plowing them into the soil. These green plants thus turn into green manure, which helps in enriching the soil in nitrogen and phosphorus. Now, fertilizers. What are fertilizers? A chemical fertilizer is a salt or an organic compound containing the necessary plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus or potassium to make the soil more fertile. For example, urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash, NPK. They provide quick replenishment of plant nutrients in the soil and restore soil fertility. They are easily absorbed by the plants. Also, we need to know that continuous use of fertilizer in an area can destroy soil fertility because the organic matter in the soil is not replenished and microorganisms in the soil are harmed by the fertilizers used. So students, to conclude this lesson, we learned that necessary steps to increase our production efficiency for both crops and livestock. We also learned some practices of crop variety management. There are more practices to increase crop yield about which we will learn in next lesson. Hope you enjoyed today's learning. If you have any more doubt, you can go to the following link.